Hello and welcome. Dude, don't tell me I was muted this whole time. That's crazy. I said so much stuff, too. Okay. There goes my entire intro. Oh, that's 8 minutes. That's lovely. Oh, my lord. That's funny. Anyways, guys, welcome to the stream. Maybe when Sam uploads this, I should, like, tell him to... I should put a note for Sam, just let him know that my audio doesn't actually start till, like, 8 minutes in. When he uploads this. Oh, boy. Doesn't work until 8 minutes in. Okay. See, that's the scariest part about this stream. We have no audio. Anyways, we are in Lavender Town. We're at the Pokemon Tower. I have a custom color palette going on right now to make it look spookier. And I figured that's what I'll do. Every stream, I'll try to remember to play with the color palette a bit. Oops, setting. Yeah, it looks different. Yep. I picked this one because it looks kind of spooky. It looks good for this. Hey, Jocelyn, what brings you here? Your Pokemon don't look dead. I can at least make them faint. Let's go, pal. I should learn by now that he's gonna open with that Pidgeotto. You'd think I'd learned. Oh, we got a flinch. Very good. Gotta go back and get dinner, but I got you on BRB. Execute. What do I have that's good against Execute? I guess we could try Momo. It does do a lot of damage, though. For something that wasn't effective. That wasn't bad. Yeah, maybe I should have just stuck with Hypno. Let's Execute's tight. I mean, they have Swift, honestly. Is Quick Attack better than Tackle? I feel like maybe Quick Attack would be better than Tackle. I guess I could just get rid of the Tackle, you know? Yeah. Gyarados. Yeah, don't get in there. trying to think. What do I have that's like good against Psychic? I could also look up Execute while I'm at it. I think, is Ground good against Psychic? No, it's not. Bug. Bug or Dark? Well, let's see Gen 1. In Gen 1... Yeah, so it's the Bug stuff. So... Technically speaking, Honey would be strong, but I don't think Honey has got any good moves to use against them, so we may just go with Coop. Yeah. I guess that's why people say that Psychic is like really strong in this game, because I'm looking at like the damage charts. Yeah, they really don't have like a whole lot of weaknesses. It's just Bug, and I don't think there are that many really good Bug attacks in Gen 1. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Because again, I don't know Gen 1 Bug attacks. I know Bug is like kind of really cracked in later games. There's that one move, Bug Buzz, that does like a crap ton of damage in some of the later Pokemon. So we're just gonna like, do I take base damage on grass? Okay, they take base damage on grass, so yeah, we're gonna raise a leaf. Charmeleon. Oh, Momo would have been perfect for this. I don't think I have an Awakening. I don't think I do. No! Alright. Let's hope Momo wakes up. Come on, Momo. Wake up. Come on, Momo, wake up. He's about to do a big attack. Momo. Oh, that's going to be bad. Not the... Really? What is it? Oh, is Rage the thing that gets like stronger the more you use it? Is that how that works? Okay. Thank you, Momo. I'll take this dude out. Good job, Momo. What? You stinker! I gotta take a screenshot, send it to my friend. I took it easy on you too. How's your Pokédex coming along? How's your Pokédex coming, pal? I just caught a Cubone. I can't find a grown-up Marowak yet. I doubt there are any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, pal. Smell you later. Okay, let's go heal just in case. Because I know there's trainers in the tower. I do like this color palette though. I think it's very fitting for this area. I was half tempted to put on the Creepy Casino overlay for this. But, yeah. That would have been a little overkill, I think. Is that a trainer? So let me look something up real quick. I'm gonna be such an expert on Pokemon by the end of this little challenge, y'all. I'm gonna know everything. So flying is good on that on Execute. So it's poison and ice and fire. basically like all the moves that I am not good at. Bug is a time 4 on Execute. That's interesting. So yeah, Execute seems like kind of the big counter to my team at the moment. It's one of them. Or that one Bellsprout last stream. That Bellsprout was nuts. Okay, so that was Execute. What about Ghastly? So I know we're going to be fighting a bunch of ghost folks. Okay, so Ghost is weak to Psycho. To Psychic. Actually, hold up. Wait a second. I have Psychic. Yeah. Psychic is better, isn't it? I want to say it's better. I want to say it's better than Confusion. Where's Hypno? Yeah, Psychic is 90, and Confusion is 50. Damn. Yeah, Psychic is kind of an upgrade. Yeah, Psychic is basically an upgrade. It just has a lot less PP than Confusion, but that's fine. Does Hypno... Oh, Hypno learns Psychic? Oh, Hypno does learn Psychic at 37. I put 2 Psychics on Hypno. So that's ultimately what it comes down to. Do I want to give Hypno Psychic now, or do I want to wait for that level up? I feel like it's better to have it now, and then I could just nuke things. Good thing I stopped doing. I stopped. I don't want to say hi. I'm glad you stopped dying. We don't want you to do that. We don't want you to end up in the Pokemon Tower. I'm looking at like what other Pokemon I'm supposed to catch in this run. I don't really think anybody else is gonna get Psychic. Like maybe Poliwhirl, but I'm supposed to trade that for Jinx anyways, and I'm probably not gonna use Jinx, so. Maybe I could use Jinx, because Jinx is ice, aren't they? Excuse me. This is touching glass. I read it wrong twice. Touching grass allergies. Even we couldn't identify the wayward ghosts. A Slipscope might be able to unmask them. Jocelyn, this isn't the time to use that. This is exactly the time to use it. What are you talking about, Professor Oak? The other idea would have wrecked holding onto it and trading a Mon over to use it. Well, we can't hold in Gen 1. If this were gold and silver, sure. That said, I heard that there's an interesting mechanic where, like, if you trade one of these Pokemon into gold and silver, they might hold an item. Or like trade a Pokemon into red and then have them learn it here. Oh, I see what you mean. What? That wasn't a trainer? Oh, damn, that Ghastly sprite looks kind of cool. Hold on, I want to see something. Let's see what happens if I... Do they not have... Oh, there's no, like... Okay, yeah, I'm not playing the Super Nintendo one, so I don't have, like, a CRT filter for this. Okay. So every Pokemon from Gen 1 has a hold item based on their encounter rate. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Maybe I'll finally fix my gold and silver cartridges one day. No, I don't plan on doing this challenge again for gold and silver. It's not happening. Kikiki kwa. That Ghastly sprite looks so cool, though. Like, damn, that's sick. Like, I know the Gen 1 sprites can look kind of funky, but, like, when they hit, they hit. There's another trainer up there. Do I have any ethers? I want to say I do. Maybe. Okay, so I have, like, 2 max ethers. Alright, that's fine. We can mess with that. I am considering getting the Surfing Pikachu, by the way. I just need to get my hands on Pokemon Stadium at some point. That is not a game I ever owned. And I also need an N64 that I can actually hook up to my capture device, too. I don't know, maybe I should just try the N64 again, because I know the last time I did it, I had a lot of issues. It could have just been the game I was playing, because I was trying to play Resident Evil 2, and it was bad. The transfer pack's a different story. That's not a big deal. I know where I can get the transfer pack, actually. There is a place near me that has them for surprisingly cheap. I think it was like 10 bucks. So I'll pay 10 bucks for that. Maybe I'll do that next time I go there. Maybe I'll just buy it so I have it. Yeah. I should probably just do that. Yeah, because I know about the speed ups, but you do have to unlock some of those. The speed ups and also just the PC management's better in that too. Okay, I know Hypno can like one-shot these guys, but I probably don't want to be wasting my psychics like that though. What a damage can Ghastly take? Okay, so X1 on water. Don't want to be using grass. Oh, ground. Okay, cool. Yeah, Bot can get some EXP. We like that. Interesting that ground is super effective on Ghost. So you want to be using that, or we could also use Momo as well, because it looks like Bubble Beam is just like an X1. So it might be worth using Momo for the random encounters, and then these two for the actual trainer fights. They don't have Levitate yet. Okay. That makes sense then, because yeah, I remember Levitate was a thing in some of the later games. Remember, you can use ground moves on the Gossifan here too. Yeah, I just discovered that. I should have switched back. I thought I just told myself I would use my other guys for the trainer battles. I forgot to do that. It's like I had a strategy, and then I just didn't do it. It's okay, Momo can still take them out. I don't really know what it entails to get the Surfing Pikachu because I just never was able to do it. Because I never owned Pokemon Stadium. And I wouldn't own an N64 until well after I got Pokemon Yellow. I think some of you guys think I like grew up with the N64. I did not. Not quite the way you guys think I did. Like, I had a lot of friends who had N64s, so I did play it a lot, but I didn't have my own console until, like, high school, when I ended up saving up some money and buying it at a store that no longer exists. I don't know if you guys remember Play and Trade, but that was an old game store in Central Jersey. I think most of the locations were in Central Jersey. And, yeah, I got some pretty cool stuff from them. They were very short-lived. But we had some cool stuff. Some real cool stuff were acquired from that store. There's also, like, some rare games that I ended up screwing up on and not buying. Like, I've definitely seen... I think I've seen Klonoa there. I've definitely seen the Elemental Gearbolt there, but I didn't know what it was at the time. And I missed it. I should have bought it. There's people who don't even know about the Certain Pikachu thing firsthand, or even beat round 1. Wow. I mean, I actually don't know a lot of people who really played Pokemon Stadium. Like, it's as far as, like, the main game of it. Like, everybody I knew who had Pokemon Stadium, they mostly played the mini-games. Yeah, Certain Pikachu would be one of the last things I did. It would be a bonus. Oh, an Awakening. Nice. It's unfortunate that Bite isn't dark. Bite's a normal type in this. Dark is like one of the best types. Like almost consistently, I feel. Yeah, Bite Step's very scary. Bite and Crunch are like really good. I should get myself a Gen 3 game. I actually don't own any. And that's because I played Gen 3 from a friend. When I was still living in France, I had a Spanish friend who actually let me borrow Ruby in Spanish. And I played through the whole game in Spanish. I did have an American strategy guide though, because I think I had a, was he Canadian? I had an English-speaking friend who had the English strategy guide, and he let me borrow that, so That was a big help. It was like around the time I was learning Spanish too, and then my friend, he was Spanish, and he was just like, he's like, well, I have Ruby and Sapphire, and yes, he was gonna let me borrow his Sapphire cartridge because that one was in French, so I would have actually been able to read that. But then I remember he told me that the reason why he didn't let me borrow that one was because he was playing Sapphire, so he wanted to make that his main cartridge, and then he let me borrow his Ruby cart, which was in Spanish, and then I played through that, and I think I eventually got my hands on an action replay and put like a bunch of fun stuff on there towards the end, and he was very happy about it. He's like, oh, you got me all the hack Pokemon. Soy Justin. Yeah. So, ever since that happened, I never really sought after the Gen 3 games, because I was like, well, I played it already, I don't need to get it. That's also why I didn't buy Crystal, because I was just like, I had Gold and Silver already, so I didn't really feel like it was worth buying it. Come, child, I sealed this space with white magic. You can rest here. Entered Purified Protection Zone. Oh, but that's actually pretty awesome. That's really convenient, damn! Damn, that's super convenient! I don't even need the ethers! I'm over here trying to, like, think about how I'm gonna resource manage, and the game's like, nah, you don't gotta do that. Damn, Pokemon! Thought you were supposed to be hard. Alright, yeah, we can keep Bot. I like Bot. I miss Bot. He's supposed to be with me, but he wanted to take the evening to relax a bit, so that's why we're playing this instead. Zombies! Fire Red looking quite good though. I never played that one either, because for some reason I was kind of just like, well, at the time I still had my copy of Red and Yellow, so I was like, well, I don't need this. I have these games already. It's also interesting because, like, for a very long time, Pokemon games were never games that I would go out and buy. They always ended up being gifts. Wouldn't be till like way later that I would actually like buy mainline Pokemon games. I think Diamond was the first time I like went out of my way to buy one. I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Which Pokemon are we naming after Ben? Oh man, I think I know which Ben you're talking about. Yo, that Haunter sprite is sick, actually. That's a sick Haunter sprite, though. Wow. Bro, that's almost like graffiti art. That's so cool. Yo, get that as a tattoo, man. That's sick. Probably draws your Snorlax. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think the first time I ever got the original Pokemon games, I believe it was Christmas. And I have a vague memory of getting Red from one side of the family and Blue from the other side of the family, I think. Something like that. Give me your soul. Those were the days where, like, at Christmas, you'd get all the presents, right? You'd be opening them with the family, and you would feel the gifts, right? You could, like, tell if it was a Game Boy game. You'd be like, ooh, that's got that square shape. This is a Game Boy game. And then you get, like, really excited, and then you open it up, and then it's not. I know I'm not the only person who did that as a kid, who had, like, an experience where I was like, oh, yeah, this is a Game Boy game, and then you get super excited, and you open it, and it is a Game Boy game, or sometimes it isn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, CD. Yeah. It's not a Game Boy game, it's a PlayStation game. It's like one of the, like the double discs or whatever. Damn, this isn't Pokemon, this is Rival Schools! Throw it away. Oh, educational CD-ROM games. Mom, I wanted Zelda, not Math Blaster! What is this? Pajama Sam! I wanted Super Mario Land 2! Justin, I will drop kick you and fish that copy of Rival Schools from the trash. So, one thing I almost did, I might still do it one day just for the lols. I actually have a spare copy of Rival Schools that's broken. The disc is cracked, actually, like beyond repair. I've thought about like putting that in a geocache somewhere. I think that'd be really funny. Be like, yo, here's a broken copy of Rival Schools, go find it. My soul. Wait, which disc broke? It was, I think it was the Evolution disc that is broken. I have one that works now, but for a while I had one that, I bought it very cheap, and it was like, it was an as-is, and it turned out to be broken in the end. Yeah. It was a loose as-is auction I got like a long time ago for really cheap. I was like, oh, I'll take a chance on this, and it was broken. I knew it was broken, but I wanted to take a chance on it anyways. I was like, maybe I can fix it. I couldn't fix it. Rip getting massaged by Sexiness Kyoko. I did have Rival Schools on Photogenic Backlog because I kind of wanted to like try to unlock some of those things and showcase them. Oh damn, I just used up all my digs. I should go back downstairs. I did post in the Retro Roulette channel. But yes, Suparcade, I usually stream on Tuesday evenings. But the problem is that it's usually Tales of. But tonight, my co-pilot isn't on the virtual couch with me, so I decided I'd play Pokemon instead. I was deep into FF3. Nice. I hope FF3 is treating you well. I remember FF Legend 3. I had a cousin who was like really obsessed with that game at the time. You know, that cousin, I don't know if he's like as into video games nowadays, but back then, he had some cool stuff. Yo, Tone, this is the cousin who had a Neo Geo Pocket Color at the time. Bro had the Mega Man game. Not even kidding, he imported it. Like, he got his dad to import it for him. And that's how I actually got to play it. He had the Mega Man game. He had Card Fighters Clash. He had SVC. He had Samurai Showdown. Like, dang, that Neo Geo was sick. Every time I came over to his house, I'd be like, yo, where's that Neo Geo? I want that. I want that right now. I would, like, take it and go, like, hide in a corner and play it. Like, we used to, every summer we'd come home to the States and, like, spend it there while we were still living in France. We'd come stay with him, and I'd be like, yo, where's your Neo Geo at? I'm playing that. This is what I'm doing by summer. I hope he still has that stuff. It's probably like buried in his closet somewhere. Which is unfortunate. Let's see. Yugis Duelist 2. Hello, how's it going? Pokemon Red. That's a fun one. Yeah, it's a fun one indeed. You don't see people play the OG Red Blue very often. That makes me sad. You kids and your Fire Red, Leaf Green, and your Pokemon, let's go! See, this is true gaming. This is what I played as a kid. Especially with the release of Fire Red. Hell yes, Card Fighters. Man, Neo Geo Pocket ain't have no business being. No, it didn't. The Neo Geo Pocket Color was such a sick console. I wanted that more than a Game Boy Color for the longest time. And then when I finally had the opportunity to buy a Neo Geo Pocket Color, because I did actually, there was a time where I was going to do it. The reason why I didn't pull the trigger on it at the time was because by the time I was like able to actually get it, like I remember my folks, they were willing to get me a new console. They were willing to get me a new handheld. They're like, "Oh, would you like a new handheld? We'll get you one." And I so badly wanted to tell them to get me a Neo Geo Pocket. But the reason why I didn't was because I also found out not so long before then that they discontinued it. And so I was like, well, there's no point because I'm not going to get new games. Although ultimately that was a stupid idea because I could have gotten so many games for cheap back then. Like, I don't know why. I guess I didn't know as a kid. I figured, well, I might as well go with the Game Boy Color because they're still making games for that. So stupid. Such a dumb mistake. Oh, I gotta get rid of my nuggets. Okay, we can use an HP up on someone. I'll just use it on like Hypno. Hypno's very close to 100 HP. Yeah. Rare candy. Nice. Fire Red, Leaf Green having the event stuff is hella nice though. Not gonna lie, even I want to pick it up, yeah. Yeah, but not gonna lie, I know way too much about Gen 1 though. I actually don't. This is me actually learning Gen 1. You know, I should probably actually get out of here and drop some stuff in the PC, just in case. It's kind of interesting that I could just dig out of that tower, but sure. Sure, Pokemon. Yeah, I kind of don't really need the escape routes if I had dig, don't I? So, might as well just get rid of it. I can sell those nuggets in a bit. I don't think I need the lift key either. We don't need the rare candies, and we definitely don't need that X accuracy. Paralyzed Hills, Repel, Revive, Nuggets. We'll go sell those nuggets. Sell those nugs. Yeah, I could put that iron in there. I'm gonna save like stuff like that for later when I like decide what Pokemon I actually like want. Let's see. I'll be real. I only have a handful. It's hard. The games I do have hit hella hard, but it's not that many. Kind of like the N64. Yeah, I actually don't have that many Game Boy Color games. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Game Boy Color was Magic. I did not end up getting that many Game Boy Color games. Like, that are specific to Game Boy Color. I felt like I played more Game Boy games on my Game Boy Color than, like, actual Game Boy Color games. There were some good games for it. I just, at the time, I don't think I played that many of them. I remember I had Spider-Man for Game Boy Color. And I think, as a gift, I got Rugrats in Paris. That game was not good. Zelda Oracle Seasons was really good. I remember getting that. I think I got that for Christmas one year. That was really good. I really liked that game. There are some, like, really weird Game Boy Color games. There's actually some pretty decent licensed stuff. Like, if you've ever played Sabrina, the animated series, that's actually pretty decent. Or Wendy Every Which Way. I know both of those are way forward games, but both of those are actually pretty good. There was a really weird game I got a book off a while back called Rhino Rumble. I bought it because I had never heard of it, and I couldn't find much info on it online. I don't think it's very good, but it's weird. There's multiple GBC fighters, which is cursed and funny. Yeah, but some of them are actually, like, decent. Because, like, they had that one Street Fighter Alpha port that's, like, oddly solid. And then I think there's... Wasn't there an X-Men Mutant Academy port on GBC, too? I think. Oh, so he already knows dig out, building, exploit. But yeah, this game has way too many specific details. This game does have too many specific details. It also just has, like, really weird conditions. Like, there's stuff in this game. I don't know how some of y'all figured it out. I'm just like, damn. It's honestly kind of like... It's both fascinating and also kind of frustrating how well documented this particular game is. Because the reason why it's frustrating is because, like, dang... If I want to know, like, a frame-perfect glitch in this game, I can find that out. But there's other RPGs where I couldn't find out, like, a basic info about, like, an item. It's crazy. Like, if I've used this example before. If I wanted to find out, like, the name of an attack from Sakura Taisen, I will have to search far and wide for that. But if I want to know some crazy glitch... where, like, oh, you walk around 4 times in Pallet Town, you'll trigger a random encounter, like, 8 hours into the game. I can figure that out. Like, somebody will have a video about that. It's wild. Mega Man Extreme was surprisingly rad. Yeah, Extreme 2 is pretty good. I did have Extreme 1. Toshinen GB. Toshinen GB is great. Like, crit is not set on chance, it's based on speed. Yes, I do know that. That's why characters, that's why, I was gonna say characters. That's why Pokemon like Persian are really good. Because Persian's like one of the fastest in the game. So Persian could just do crit on crit on crit on crit. And just wreck. But we're playing red, so we will not see Persian. Not in this run. But I will likely run Persian when we do our blue run. I like to read. Ooh, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I had the card game. I had Dragon Quest back. No, that wasn't Dragon Quest. That was Monster Rancher. I had the Monster Rancher card game. That was actually pretty fun. And oddly ahead of its time. Because it was like, it's like a deck building roguelite, but in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I feel like if that game had come out today, it would be like huge. If you ever Googled Sakura Taisen strat, you're gonna just get all the dating. No, you're not gonna get that. Like, Sam, I have looked that stuff up. You won't even find that. It's actually pretty funny how underdocumented that game is. And how over-documented Pokemon is. Like I said, on one hand, I'm happy that you know we have all this cool stuff about Pokemon. I'm glad it exists, but damn, if there was even like, if other games got even like a fourth of what Pokemon got, boy, the world would be so much better. Oh yeah, I forgot Bone Club's super effective against me. That's okay. We can tank it. Let's see. Did you know DQ1 and 2 is Super Game Boy compatible? Oh, I did not know that actually. Doug Trio is very strong. Or like getting a level 100 Mew before Brock. Yeah, there's another glitch for doing that with like Nidoking, I think. You can get a level 100 Nidoking. I remember seeing some speedrunners do that. Yeah, Slash and high speed, so basically guaranteed crits. I'm assuming you're talking about Persian. Yeah, I definitely believe that. Whippersnappers don't respect the Saturn, SMH, my 8. With Quake and Rock Slide, he's incredibly effective. Oh wait, no, you're talking about Doug Trio. Sorry, not Persian. I do like Diglett a lot. I would say Diglett might be one of my favorite Pokemon. Diglett's up there for sure. There's a really fun ROM hack of Streets of Rage 2 where you can play as Diglett and it's kind of the greatest thing ever. I should stream that one day. No, Persian's very good as well. How could Diglett be up there when it's underground? Shut up. Diglett is down there as one of my favorite Pokemon. Though his only rock coverage is Bubble Beam. But yeah, you get to do a list. So part of what I'm doing with this run, what you see right here is my original copy of Yellow from when I was a kid. And I am trying to do a Living Dex run and then eventually get all the Pokemon from Red and my copy of Blue into Yellow. And I'm naming them after the friends I've made since getting that copy of Yellow. So I've got about 70 people that I'm naming in Pokemon. And then eventually, be gone, intruders. Eventually, I want to get the certificates and get a Game Boy printer and then print it out and then frame it. And I think that'd be really cool. It's just having the certificate and the PC box with a physical list of my friends. Ghost appeared! Marowak! So, we are actually not catching this Marowak. I know some of you are gonna be like, "What the f? What's wrong with you?" I mean, you can get Marowak elsewhere, but we're gonna defeat this dude. I am skipping certain Pokemon mainly because I will be getting them later on in the run. Let's get Momo in here. The ghost was the restless soul of Cubone's mother. The mother's soul was calmed. It departed to the afterlife. Oh boy. What are these boys doing? What do you want? Why are you here? Gotta fight the Team Rocket grunts. No, not the Zubats. Unbelievable. You mean you don't like hanging out on Spooky Towers playing Zubat and Rattata with your boys? Golbat Sprite. I give up. I'm not going to forget this. Maybe Honey could get more EXP. Honey's pretty much there for HMs. This old guy came and complained about us harming useless Pokemon. We're talking it over as adults. Yeah, my future runs, we're probably not going to be having a balanced team like this. We're definitely going to be critical pathing this a lot more. But, the first one I think we can chill out and enjoy ourselves. But yes, if a Pokemon's got their default name, that's because nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted to claim them. So we're here finding out which Pokemon are actually popular. And I noticed you guys really don't like the middle evolutions. I don't know why I thought Ground was strong against Psychic. Oh well. A level up's a level up. Whatever. But for real, I think the only middle evos I prefer are Dua and Groovil. You're not saving anyone, kid. SMH doesn't dissing Wartortle like that. I mean, nobody wanted Wartortle until more recently. I think, like, it took me a long time to get somebody to pick Wartortle. And as far as I can tell on my list, that is the only middle evolution that got picked. Ground and Psychic both beat Ground. Maybe that's... Ground and Psychic both beat Ground. Maybe that's what you're thinking. It's possible, you know. Sometimes I just forget. Okay, I gotta close the window. It's actually getting kind of cold in here. Sorry, I'm shiny hunting since my throat wants to go on strike. You... Good luck with that. What is normal weak to in Gen 1? Is it just fighting? Wow. Wow, normal's kind of cracked in Gen 1 as well. I was like, yeah, it's just fighting. It's the only weakness it really has. No one doesn't take damage from ghosts? That seems interesting. Huh. Always will be. Normal stab, disgusting. You know what? You're right, because we've seen some of these Rattatas do some crazy stuff. As you keep missing your punches. Normal and Ghost zero each other. Interesting. I knew that normal couldn't hit Ghost. I didn't realize it went the other way around too. Oh, my finger slipped there. I meant to Mega Punch again. Well, I mean, it worked out. That's 2 paralysis in a row, so cool. Wow, Raticate beat you out on speed. I guess that's a quick attack against Swift. I always forget poison matchups. Yeah, I don't mess with poison much either. But I was just saying, like, I feel like Bug is kind of pretty bad in this gen. I don't know if Bug has any good moves. I know later gens, Bug is kind of cracked, actually. Because you had, like, Bug Buzz, which did, like, a crap ton of damage. Because I remember that from, I think it was Gen 5. So I remember when I was trying to catch Volcarona, and it kept using Bug Buzz and just smoking my team. Huh? You came to save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to call the soul of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has gone to the afterlife. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon house at the foot of this tower. So, like, what? So if he wasn't in danger, then what was the point of the Team Rocket being there? Sure. Jocelyn, your Pokédex quest may fail without love for your Pokémon. I think this may help your quest. Sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. It works on all sleeping Pokemon. So, are awakenings just now, like, useless? Also, yes, Seismic Toss and Nightshade are the only exceptions to the normal Ghost Resist. Also, yeah, Raticates are annoying AF. Persian and Tauros are terrifying. I've heard Tauros is very strong. I don't remember Tauros being super strong, but I've heard people say that Tauros is, like, one of the best attackers in this game. Oh, wait, wrong one. I fucking don't need the elixir. And I probably don't need the Self Scope either. IRC was in danger because of the rockets. He just said that he came of his own will. He didn't seem like he was afraid. I don't know. Actually, yes, it actually does obsolete awakenings. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's like no reason to get awakenings now because if you have the Poké Flute, you're kind of good. But I do think that, like, to be fair, and I can understand this from, like, the design perspective, sleep of the status effects is probably the least dangerous one. Because, like, if you think about it, I mean, Paralyze stays with you, Poison continuously does damage, Burn can continuously do damage, Freeze is, like, even worse. at least with like being put to sleep, there is a chance of you waking up within the next turn. So I guess it kind of makes sense that they're kind of like relieving you of like the lesser evil of the status effects. And yeah, I can confirm how scary Taurus is. That shows a pain he hasn't won. I know it takes a whole... I get that. I understand that. But, like, I feel like the other status effects are worse. Like, there's... I guess what I'm trying to say is I think what the intention was, they gave you a tool to help you with the easiest of the status effects for you to deal with. Especially because, like, you could also, like, especially you have Pokemon with Rest who can heal, who can use as a heal, right? Sleep works like Wrap, actually. But with Wrap, you are continuously taking damage. And I guess you could argue you're still taking damage with Sleep, too. I guess, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. Yeah, I guess functionally it's the same thing. Yeah, sure. Sure, I'll give you that. If you use a whole turn, meaning the next thing you can be put right back to sleep. That's true. I gotta see if like Hypnosis has a higher hit rate than Wrap. I want to see about that. Bug, I think, is at least good against Psychic, but that doesn't mean. Well, the problem isn't necessarily that it's like good against Psychic. It's that I don't think it's got good moves in this gen. I don't think there's a lot of good bug moves in this generation. I could be wrong on it. Because again, I am still a Pokemon noob. Am I going to use that word? Yeah, sure. We'll call myself a noob. Yeah, I don't think Bug has like great moves this generation. Again, later generations, there are some great bug moves. Like I said, Bug Buzz is kind of cracked in later gens, but in this one, I don't think so. That's why, like, with Honey's got Bug, right? Bug Poison. Poison Stinging is not very good, but Cut's decent, so if I level Honey up, Cut's gonna be the main attack it uses. Oh yeah, we get to fight that Snorlax actually. Which we are not catching Snorlax in this run. Snorlax will be in a future run. That's gonna be in yellow. Yep, most of the catching in this game is gonna be in yellow. So sorry guys. We're really not getting that many Pokemon in this particular run. Yeah, we're just punching them. We're just gonna fight this one. There you go, Zone. You get to be the one to do it. Why me? Because you... My Hitmonlee is in the PC. That is, his tone doesn't get smoked in the process. There you go. Snorlax calmed down. With a big yawn, it returned to the mountains. See, we didn't kill Snorlax. He just walked back. He's like, oh, alright. Alright. Damn, he walked it off. What a tank. Yeah, right? It's like when you, it's like one of those quick feints. It's like you faint, but then as soon as you hit the ground, you're like, wait, no, I'm up. I'm back. Or maybe he didn't faint at all. Maybe he was pretending. He's just like, oh, I'm just gonna lay down. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm down. Yeah, Mega Punch does miss a lot. I really should have put Bite against that Voltorb, but whatever. Oh no. That is a special attack, isn't it? Okay, I guess that didn't matter. Unplugged. Water conducts electricity, so you should zap sea Pokemon. Gee, thank you. Thank you for the Super Rod. Fishing is a way of life. Okay, I'm full of Pokemon books. Town map, we're on Route 12 now. So, now that we're done with that, we do need to go back to Celadon, and we gotta do a little backtracking real quick. Bit of backtracking. So let's go on our bike, and let's go over to Celadon. Celadon's over there. I really like the bike theme in Gold and Silver. I think that might be my favorite one. I did like it how in the Gen 3 you could do tricks with your bike, if I remember correctly. So we want to get ourselves a Poliwhirl. And I believe we can find a Poliwhirl in Celadon. So we have... Okay, we have a fairly high shot at getting Poliwhirl here. Good. So we can do that. So we're gonna... Yeah. We actually want you here. And then yeah, that's my strat. Just one button. Not even a nibble. Dang. Can I not catch a Poliwhirl in here? It can take a bit, so just keep trying. Go away, no one wants you. This EXP is kind of decent. Yep, looks like we're gonna be here for a while. This is a better place for me to catch a... Oh! Okay. I was gonna say, this is a better place for me to catch a Poliwhirl. There it is. Anyways, hypnosis. That way it can't hurt me. Okay, good. Now let's get you hypnosis again. We could try a Great Ball, why not? That's what I'm talking about right there. Capable of living in and out of water. When out of water, it sweats to keep its body slimy. So, we're not keeping this Poliwhirl, and I don't think anybody wanted to be a Poliwhirl. We are getting rid of this guy. Oh, I actually do have somebody who wants to be Poliwhirl. But not this Poliwhirl. Because this Poliwhirl is going to go to somebody in Cerulean City. So we don't care about that Poliwhirl. You have to spam B down. What does spamming B down do? Is that like some weird tech? It makes 90 children happy. I swear it works, bro. Yeah, this game was like the game of like playground rumors and people just making things up. Like, no, dude, I saw my brother do it. I swear. Okay, which guy wanted the Poliwhirl? B down makes Lara Croft jiggle, Source, trust me, bro. Yeah, bro, I swear. I saw someone do it. The Lara Croft thing is funny because, like, that is something that I'm pretty sure was just mostly started by magazines. Oh, wait. I gotta get it at the PC. Forgot about that. We can take... Yeah, we'll take Honey out real quick. Let's get Poliwhirl. Those 90s mags were wild then. Take good care of Jinx. You know, maybe I should get Pokemon Stadium sooner than later. Because yeah, it probably will be much easier to transfer stuff than to just keep initiating the trades. Lola? Although, you know, it's kind of funny that's named Lola because that was the name of one of Brian's dogs. And she used to love me, so you know what? Fuck it. Lola will stay there. That's actually a pretty funny coincidence. There you go, Brian! Lola gets to be honored in our game. I wonder what life would be like if Pokemon actually did a trade chain with like the EXE games. Y'all, I know a lot of you guys didn't get to meet Lola, but Lola was a time. She was a fun little old doggo. Lexi too. Brian had a few good dogs. See, I remembers Lola, yeah. Alright. So, Poliwhirl has been captured. Now, according to my guide, my next objective is to get Dratini into Safari Zone. Can I do Safari Zone before Koga? Yes. Okay, so I can actually get that Dratini. So... Koga's probably going to be a pain in the ass to fight, though, with my team. So we may need some more grinding, or I mean to just jack some more EXP into my Venusaur. Even I think Venusaur is kind of not a great matchup against them. I just gotta like hope that just Body Slam just wrecks. Because once we beat Koga, like, we're gonna be pretty good in terms of just fighting things for this run. Koga's kind of like the final boss. Oh wait, am I going in the wrong way? Oh, I'm going to Vermilion. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I can always walk over. Yeah. I like the way this map kind of opens up the further you get into it. Yes, right? Yeah. Like, this is actually pretty solid. I know some people don't like the part right after Mount Moon, but I personally don't think it's that bad. I think the game does give you enough tools to handle that. It's, I guess, like, it can be kind of a pain in the ass if, like, you didn't bother to get a Pikachu before that, or some certain other Pokemon, but yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just basically use Jay Cooper and just try to just get as much EXP as I can get, just so he can compete in Koga's gym. Let me see. Check this thing real quick. Now I'm also gonna run a quick ad too. See you guys in a bit. Okay, and we're back. So, I'm going to learn that we actually might be okay for Koga. I was looking ahead, and Koga is higher level, yes, but I think we can actually do okay against him. Between Venusaur, Hypno, and Arbok, I think we got Koga covered. I'm feeling confident about it. Why is Magikarp so big? Have I found a moveset? I found several. So, yeah, we actually might be getting really close to the end of this run, actually. Because after tonight, I'm going to assume we'll probably stop, like, maybe after... We might be getting to Cinnabar Island tonight, actually. Yeah, depending on, like, how the next couple hours go. Yeah, I still got 2 hours, so we can do a lot in 2 hours. It also depends on how the Safari Zone goes. That could be getting bad RNG in there. Wow, Body Slam is kind of crazy. Oh, he's got bird Pokemon. Wait, which Pokemon are you playing? Oh, ZA. Okay. So how does shiny hunting work in those games now that you like see the Pokemon in the world? Do you just stand still and hope you find something? You just stand still for like an hour until you see a shiny show up? If you get a jingle, hunt that MF down. So, okay, so basically just sit still until you hear it. Oh, she got a lot of Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Yes and no. You gotta spawn in. There's a way to abuse benches to reroll without moving. What I'm looking for, I can't abuse that, so I'm just running until I hear the jingle. Yeah, I keep hearing they're making the shiny hunting easier, which I guess is pretty good. I'm not about that reset life. Yeah, I may as well use a max ether. Why not? Don't know either, but Shiny Mega Guard is a cool ass design. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna see me do Shiny Hunt streams. I'm not one of those streamers, y'all. Especially, like, the starters. That just seems just ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot easier than in the older games. This Venusaur is kind of cracked, though. I gotta say. I don't know what my final team is gonna be, though, and I'm excited to see like what that's going to end up looking like. I do know that I will have to grind up the Dratini at some point. What I don't know is if I'm gonna do it in this file or not. I'll probably start it in this file, and then trade it over into blue or yellow, and then bring the Dratini down for the ride in that. So that way I can get the EXP boost. I think that'll be pretty good. Can Dratini learn Water Gun? Because that could be kind of useful if and when I do the Charmander run. Also, I was looking at this guide. I actually went off script. I was supposed to keep this Venusaur and Ivysaur this run. So, the next run we do of Red, when I pick Bulbasaur, it'll be an Ivysaur. And we basically won't run with it. We'll be using a different Pokemon as like our main. So we'll get the Ivysaur we'll get the Bulbasaur to level 16, I think, and then just kind of keep it there, and then just basically use another Pokemon to take care of everything else. Yes, you can TM Water Gun into Dratini. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That's an idea then. So, because I have Water Gun, right? So, what I could do is TM that into the Dratini and then trade that Dratini to another game. And then it could just destroy stuff. I think that's actually... That might be the play, actually. It can learn Bubble Beam and Surf. Interesting. But I won't be able to use Surf, though. So... Yeah, giving it Surf and then trading it to another game won't really do me much good, though, because then I won't be able to use the move. You can use Surf in combat. Oh, so it's only for fielders. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. That is something I did not know. Interesting. Okay. Nice, level 40.
Poggers! 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 Poggers!
Thank you guys for like teaching me like weird stuff. I feel like I'm been learning so much weird tech with this game. And I do think it's given me a deeper appreciation for it. Which is cool. Bro, Gen 1 has weird tech central. I think that's what made it so much fun to discuss on the playground. Let's see. Venusaur. Doesn't Venusaur learn Solar Beam? Oh, it learns at 65, so never mind then. And it learns Growth at 43. I feel like Growth would be a good thing to replace Growl with. If I manage to get it in this run. Sweet bird Pokemon here. So I wonder how much Stadium tech differs from this game. It's like Street Fighter 2? I need you to elaborate on that. Because that's interesting. If red and blue are vanilla, yellow Champ Edition Stadium is turbo in a sense. Okay. I think I see where you're getting at with that. I do remember seeing a pretty fun Pokemon Stadium tournament at Otakuthon when I went a couple years ago. Man, I hope I can get to go this year. I like really want to go to that. IRC Yell fixes certain jank and is 1.5, while Stadium fixes a handful of things to be like 1.7. Of note, your Venusaur has a fun thing it can do even in Stadium. Alright. Do tell. What is this fun thing it can do? Yeah, share it. I'll be taking all these birds. So Gen 1 Leech Seed and Toxic have a weird stacking behavior where, if I remember correctly, Leech Seed will start to behave like Toxic's badly poison damage, which gradually increases its drain rate. Oh. So, if you put Leech Seed and Toxic, is that how it works? So, like, you seed them, then you hit them with Toxic, then it'll do that? This wasn't fixed in Yellow or Stadium. Just land both. That's kind of awesome. And you'll drain like crazy. That's cool. I'm actually pretty happy with how much use I got out of Leech Seed in this run. I feel like Leech Seed is like actually kind of cracked. Remember how I said sleep is disgusting? So yeah, she adds sleep powder on there too. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the vision there. Sleep, Toxic Leech Seed, lock your opponent and drain them. Does Venusaur learns it at level 55. So if I got my Venusaur to 55, then I could do that, and that could kind of be fun. Yeah, maybe I'll level up this Venusaur and take it to Stadium. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the end goal. Like, the Stadium will be kind of like a sequel stream to this, where we take certain Pokemon from this and then bring them into Stadium and see how they fare. Venusaur, Sleep, Toxic Leech Seed, Earthquake, charge over with Earthquake, Fire Spin, right to it, Dragonite with Thunder Wave. Stadium didn't play, so, you know, that's fair. I think it'd be really fun to do that. The gym leader castle scales with your highest level of entry, so you have a lot of flexibility there. I didn't know that. Honestly, Stadium's a fantastic post-game experience. I feel like that was kind of the intention of Stadium. Like, I don't want to say this, that sounds very, like, reductive, but it's almost like DLC for these games in a sense, because it's just like, okay, you got your Pokemon from Red, Blue, Yellow, right? Now here's this whole new console game where you have all this extra content to put them in. And again, I don't mean DLC in a bad way. I think it's like the good kind of DLC, where it's like, yeah, now you have all this extra new content to use with it. That's essentially what it was. Want more crazy Pokemon things? Stadium, yeah. And I will admit, the few times where I've like played Stadium like proper, I mostly use a rental Pokemon. I've never been able to actually play Stadium with the Game Boy games the way they likely intended me to. So I think I'll probably have a much more fun experience with it. The Japanese version even had cuts based on competitive IRL Pokemon players. When you say the Japanese version, do you mean the Japanese version of Pokemon Stadium? Do you mean Japanese Pokemon Stadium 2 or Japanese Pokemon Stadium 1? Actually, on that same token, is Japanese Pokemon Stadium 1 compatible with North American cartridges? I don't know that. I don't know if that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that either, because that could be kind of interesting actually if I can get my hands on Japanese Pokemon Stadium 1, because I do see that game from time to time. Like, I've definitely seen it at Book Off before for pretty cheap. And honestly, I'd be down to play it in Japanese. I think that could be pretty fun. So, some of you may have already heard me say this before, but later on this year, I do plan on doing a bit of a Japanese challenge on the channel. Some of you know I am trying to learn, and progress is very slow, but to kind of give myself a kick in the ass when it comes to studying Japanese, one thing I'm going to do later on in this year is we're actually going to start and play Sakura Wars 3 on the channel, and I'm going to play it in Japanese, and I'm going to struggle, and I'm going to cry, and it's going to be horrible. But we're going to learn Japanese through Sakura Wars, and it's going to be interesting. We're going to start that in August. So, I feel like this challenge will probably take me through the summer. And, I think, like, I should eventually try to get to a point where I can maybe do 3 streams of this a week. I think that could be pretty cool. Even if I put Photogenic backlog down for a little bit. And then maybe in like the second half of the year, we can try and do the Pokemon Stadium. Like, I could try to get a copy of that game at some point. Poison gas? I don't really know if poison gas is truly worth it. honestly, I kind of like these moves more than Poison Gas. So I'm gonna kind of just keep it. Okay. MK what? MK, actually MK. MK is something else we're going to do. In June, we're going to do a mini Mortal Kombat marathon, so look forward to that as well. So it's like, those are the three stream projects this year. It's this, the Mortal Kombat mini marathon, and Sakura Taisen. So it's in Japanese Pokemon Stadium 2. Okay, so it's in, yeah. Okay. So the Japanese version of the game we got, basically. So damn, that means the Japanese version has different content than ours. That's cool. So the Poke Cup and its 4 divisions, there's Nintendo Cup 97, 98, 99, based on IRL tourneys. That's awesome! Yeah, are English cartridges compatible with it? Because that'd be really cool to face, right? That'd be really cool to like try fighting those. Even have unique portraits. I think it's really cool when some Japanese competitive games do that, when they base the CPUs on like real players. Because didn't they do that with one of the Street Fighter 2s? Or I think it was like Hyper Street Fighter 2, where they base it off of like actual competitive players. And I think they did it for Virtual Fighter as well. Tone just sent me the cutting room floor, so we can take a look at that. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Wait, hold up. Graphical changes. I didn't know that in Japan, the badges, or the badge names were like just kind of generic-ish. Instead of just like Boulder, Cascade, it's just gray, blue, orange. I guess pink makes more sense than Soul. Crimson instead of Volcano, Earth, green, gold. Huh, I didn't know that. Nidoqueen's opening and idle stances were changed. The edited pose is slightly longer. While this was obviously done due to the original animation depicting Nidoqueen fiddling with its breasts, it's adjusting its up. That's very funny. That is very funny. North American version 1.1, Jinx's color was changed. So there's a 1.1 cartridge. How do you know which cartridge is different? How do you know that? What's this? In the Japanese versions, people's voices are heard shouting 6-7, I mean 6-4 when a Nintendo logo appears on screen. In the localized versions, Pikachu's anime cry is heard instead. Trainer names, gallery mode. What else is changing here? Stadium cups. Oh wow! So Japanese has 2 extra cups. Damn! They just straight up cut out 2 whole cups. Yeah, there's the portraits. Fascinating stuff there. I don't believe Hypno was chosen by anybody. And welcome, Winter. That's a miswording. It's more so the 3 DNC clubs were replaced by 4 Poké Cup brackets. So technically, the Instructor version has 1 more cup, kinda. Okay, the Chancellor Pack content is region locked. Oh. I remember something about the AI being inspired by IRL tournament players. Virtual Fighter 2 has Ghost mode, which allows the in-game CPU to study how you play and counterplay you. Okay. And the Poké Cup rule set IRC is similar to Nintendo Cup 97. Oh, whoops. Very nice. Screech. I feel like Screech isn't worth it for Arbok. I think I'd rather the Parala Rat. If you're doing Para Rap, Screech would increase the damage per rap, so Dropping Bite might have been an option. Yeah, Flint Trap was kind of good. I'm not into it, but okay, let's go. Screech wouldn't happen to be a TM, would it? Whoops. Yeah. I don't really think Bot needs one. I've de-venomed him. Although, could I put Toxic and then Wrap? Is that a thing? Can we Toxic Wrap? Wow, there are a lot of trainers here. Jeez. Okay, that might be a fun one. Might be a fun one to experiment with. Like that sounds like a pretty good shutdown. Cause then you're just doing a lot of damage, right? Especially the longer the wrap goes on. Oh, it's only a one-off. Okay. Yeah. So that's like not a bad thing because I don't know who else I would give Toxic to in this particular run, so you know I could always just do that. Venusaur could get it. I know we were talking about that fun shot with Venusaur. Wow, Route 12 is a gauntlet. I think there's even more people here than the bike slub. Jeez, yeah. I mean, it's good because that means Koga won't be too hard. Because we're getting good EXP here. That's fine. And I mean, to be fair, I am also fighting the trainers. There are routes around them, so... This game is fair. It's more fair than people give it credit for sometimes. Oh, okay, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. I was better off just using Bubble Beam. You're not using the EXP all either, so you're gonna be getting that sweet direct EXP, yeah. Yeah, EXP all is not really gonna be much of a thing in this run. I think there's something to be said about this game. Like, yeah, it might not have all the conveniences that some of the newer games have, but, like, it's making me take advantage of a lot of the tools at my disposal, which I think is pretty good. I think it's really good when a game makes you do that. It makes you consider your moves. Yeah. And it's also forcing me to have, like, forethought, too. Like, damn, I'm poisoned. Yeah, kind of sucks, but hey, we ball, right? We deal with it. Alright, we're gonna go for another break. And we're back. So I realized that this isn't just Route 12, this is Route 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we got a couple more trainers to go through. Yeah, no wonder there's so many people in this. But Ward, I hope this is just allergies, not actually illness. Yeah, some people I know are getting sick. I know my parents are fighting a cough right now. Momo, you get out of there right now. Okay. We're just at a stalemate right now. You mean salty out of just gift bonds. Yeah, not a good idea to do that. Yep. Definitely not a good idea to do this. Let's get out of here. Closing off. Fun thing about this game, you can make. Okay, yeah, you said that already. I hate that these guys keep surviving the body slam. Fusha City. Alright, Eden. More birds. I do like that the poison isn't hurting me since I'm one-shotting them. Damn, I don't remember this route being so crazy. But we're getting through it. It's not so bad. Oh no! What happened to more Thunderbolts? That face one no PP, yeah, basically. What's up, Penta? Oh, that's tragic. Yeah, you said that right. Get that right. This sure is tragic. Oh my goodness, how many trainers are on this road? I think Fuchsia City's right there, though. Oh, Bellsprout. Of course, it's a freaking Bellsprout. Oh, I better take this Bellsprout out in one shot. This is not gonna be good. Please take that Bellsprout out. Thank you. Oddish. I don't really have like a lot of moves to use against Oddish. Just pray that like the stab bonus works. My favorite here. It probably won't. Oh my goodness. Alright, what else could we try doing with this? We could just bite. Angela. No! Wonderful. Finally. Yeah, let's go see the A real quick. Nope. No EXP all in this run. Finally! Made it to Fuchsia. Jeez. That was a struggle. Yo, why is the Pokémon Center so hard to get to? A good rod. Yeah, I apologize for the flashing screens now. Finally. Oh my goodness. That was a struggle. All his teeth are false, though? What? They mean fake? Yo, Champion Macon. Fuchsia's gym is riddled with invisible walls. Koga might appear close, but he's blocked off. You have to find gaps in the walls to reach him. Let's see, beat my special techniques. I was curious to see how much it would do. He did land a confusion, though. That Kadabra is very lucky right now. Oh, critted. That's a very lucky Kadabra. That's all I can gotta say. I guess I had to revive. I didn't have to go back here. We're gonna body slam. Oh, right. I'm weak against that. That was the wrong Pokemon, but sure. Yeah, he's psychic type. I don't really have a good counter for them. So according to this guide, this should be the last... No, second to last onslaught of Drowsies. Very nice. Ooh, sand attack. Sick. Good job, Momo. Not really. I can see where the walls are, though. Dan, I felt to really change the colors here. Bisexual lighting Pokemon. Yeah, I mostly had this color scheme on for Lavender Town. Oh no. I was expecting Quick Attack to do a little more damage than that. Miss me. Bot is a superior snake. Let's see. If I turned off that color palette and just went back to normal, it looks like this. Yeah, I guess it's harder to see here. Now I'm curious about something real quick. Actually, you know, it's okay. I'll get this later. I was curious to see how this would look with the Super Game Boy filter on, but I get this on my own time. see some of the other color palettes here. You have this one, this one, this one, this one, and then we do a whole bunch of custom ones. It looks interesting. We'll stick to the one that we currently have. So this guy's gonna have a bunch of Drowsies and Hypnos again, so I guess Pikachu was kind of doing okay against them, so we're gonna swap Pikachu back in there. And then we'll go to the Poké Center and then fight Koga. Then once we beat Koga, that's kind of like the final boss of this run. I should just go for Thunderbolt. That could be dangerous. Yeah. Wait, you got to Fuchsia City from the East End? Yeah. So Penta, what we're doing is we're actually fighting 3 gyms. That's really the goal here. I did fight a couple other ones for extra EXP, but we really only need to fight Brock, Misty, and Koga for what we're doing. This is not a full run. He said drop my balls, that's funny. This is not a full run. We are mostly just getting some of the exclusive Pokemon to Red. And then we're going to trade those out into my copy of Yellow and possibly Blue too. But what we're seeing here, we're going to be doing this at least 3 more times. So we're going to do 4, I think about 4 runs of this, of me going through Rock, Misty, Koga, and then we're going to do the Yellow run where we're going to actually really catch a bunch of Pokemon. Alright, here's Koga. So Koga's got Coughing, Muck. Honestly, Bot can probably do some damage here. Bot can do some damage against Koga. Venusaur could probably do okay too, but I think I'm gonna have Bot instead. Bot's gonna go ahead and do this gym. Wahaha! A mere child like you dares to challenge me? Very well, I shall show you true terror as a ninja master. You shall feel the despair of poison and sleep techniques. So, Cinnabar Island's where the run's going to end, actually. After we revive the fossils and get some stuff in the Pokemon Manor. And the power plant. Because yes, I need to get Magmar in Pokemon Red. That's unfortunate. Oh no, not minimize. Should I keep trying to dig? Oh, minimize can stack? Oh, that's not good. Wow. Alright, so then in that case, we're gonna have to Swift. All the buffs can stack. IRC up to 6 or 7 times with some buffs, 2 buffs, raising. Okay. But that's fine because we have Swift. So if bot keeps missing, we could just Swift through this. Alright, that's fine. I could get Momo to kill. Momo can also Swift. No, that's fine. Do it. Do it. I dare you. And that is another gym down. You have proven your worth. Take the soul badge. Okay, surf outside of battle, I see. Toxic. Secret technique over 400 years old. It's interesting that the flashing effect is barely there in here. Minimize is kind of stinky, but hey, I have Swift, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm glad I listened to you guys when you told me to put Swift on Raichu. I think that was actually a really, really good idea. That ended up helping me here. Awesome. Damn, it's already 11:30. Jeez. Well, we're not done with Fuchsia City just yet. We got the Safari Zone to do. Where's Sarah? I said I'd meet her here. Yeah? Swift was pretty clutch in there. I gotta admit. Chansey. Voltorb. The Warden Slowpoke and Slowpoke look. Oh, what? They both look vacant. Slowpoke came in, but I couldn't understand him. I think he's got a speech problem. Alright, Safari Zone! Yay! Yes, 4 zones to it. Each zone has different kinds of Pokemon. Use Safari Balls to catch them. When you run out of time or Safari Balls, it's game over for you. Before you go, open an unused Pokemon box so there's room for a new Pokemon. Okay. Oh boy, this is where it's gonna get fun. Get 30 balls. Trainer tips. Press the start button to check remaining time. Oh, Safari Zone based on steps. Okay. I have not seen the Safari Zone in maybe 20 years. No, we don't care about you. Shut up. That's the first time I've run in this playthrough, funny enough. Don't I get surf here too? Is there like a house at the very end? And that's where I got it. And that's how that works. Yeah, I don't care about you. I'm probably gonna have to do this again, but that's fine. I'm tired for all the fun. Yes, all the fun I'm having. Oh, we gotta go behind. Where even am I, actually? That's a dead end. I am using a map, by the way. All these lovely Pokemon I'm not gonna catch. Oh damn, a Chansey. Aren't Chanseys like actually kind of rare? Let me see. What's the Chansey rate? It's like 4%. Fine. I will at least give it a shot. I don't think anybody wanted to be. Did anybody want to be Chansey? I'll worry about that if I catch Chansey. That's crazy, by the way. I could have sworn Chansey had, like, an insane catch rate. Wow. Wow. Tone's like, dot, dot, dot. Yeah. Y'all accusing me of using the Game Genie? Okay, then. I guess we do have a Chansey in this run. Okay. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. So, yeah, I do have a Chansey in this run. We're gonna come up with a name. Maybe I could use Chansey in some of my future runs, actually, because Chansey's pretty good. Katie E. We do Katie E, or I was also thinking about doing Katie with a capital E at the end, but yeah. There's gonna be 2 Katies in this. Mr. Aladdin, sir, did you hold down B? As far as a Pokemon of the real RNG, you ain't never hack a Game Genie like me. What are the odds? What are the chances? Yeah, right? That's actually kind of crazy that I caught that. Thanks for the follow. You just saw me catch a Chansey on my first attempt. And I wasn't even trying to go for Chansey either. It's just so funny. Good thing he said go for it. Yeah, Katie E. Actually, what I could also do, because the other Katie is a Katie K, maybe for the other Katie, the K could be capitalized, and for this Katie, the E could be capitalized. We could do that, too. That could be kind of funny. So we end up with... So we could end up with... And... Yeah. So we could end up with that. You know what? I kind of like that. I think that's perfect, actually. Alright, yeah, we're saving that. And that was like 2 Pokeballs, too. Oh my goodness. Alright. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, because there's like a house here, too. I'm probably wasting steps doing this, but it's okay. What are we at? 137? I might like just barely miss it. That's okay. I don't mind doing this more than once. protein. Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house! I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won! HMO3! It's Surf! Sick! Yeah, I've used 2 balls. That's 2 balls to get Chansey. That's crazy. So, Momo. Honestly, I feel like Surf just replaces Bubble Beam, right? I think that's how that works. Don't really think there's a reason to have Bubble Beam and Surf. Okay, cool. And I think that's also +1 for our living as well. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, we gotta go hall, right? All right, we're gonna do that again, and then actually this time we're gonna get the Dratini, or we'll try for it. Watch, the Dratini's gonna be way harder to get than the Chansey. And I know in Pokemon Yellow we're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get the Dragonair. I'm gonna assume I have to use a good rod to get the Dratini. Don't care. Might want to move that up in my item list. I can get Dratini into Casino, but I think it's easier for me to just get it here. Although, I probably could buy it. What if I, like, spend all my money on the coins? That's what this raise a point. For the lulz, let's use a super rod. Is a super rod better than the good rod? Even though you get the good rod later? What? Then why did I give you the good rod so late then? Broke sequence. Maybe that, yeah, I guess that was a problem. Oh, I got them out of order. Oh, so was I not meant to go down Route 12? Is that the problem? Yeah, I've been doing that a lot, Penta. My backpack has been sorted on more than one occasion. That's why I moved the super rod up, so that I don't have to go all the way down. Guess I want the super for this. And I heard that the Dratinis show up in the first area a lot, so... It's a 25% chance with the super rod. There it is. So, Dratini is officially harder to catch than Chansey? What? 25, that's generous. God damn it, yeah. Yeah, so it's basically like... It's split between Psyduck, Slowpoke, Krabby, and Dratini. They all have a 25% chance of spawning, according to my guide. There we go, there's another Dratini. Well, dog, why does it take you so long to catch Dratini? I told you Dratini would be harder to catch than Chansey. So, apparently in the original Gen 1 games, bait and rock don't actually work very well. You're better off just throwing the balls down B. But experience tells me the moment he throws a rock, that motherfucker will get offended and dip, because of course. I mean, this Dratini is supposed to be Anthony, by the way. Y'all want me to throw a rock at Anthony? Actually, don't answer that question. Oh, you don't want to use... What if you want a manly Dratini like Iris's? But yeah, this Dratini is going to be a Dragonite. So, this Dratini is likely going to be used in another game. I'll probably... I think I might send this into the either the blue playthrough or the yellow playthrough. Same for Chansey. I might send that into either the blue or yellow playthrough. Because Chansey is actually super useful. Yeah. Exactly. So, the Dratini here is going to be terrible because I need to level that one up. And this is the only one I need to level up because thankfully in yellow, you can actually catch Dragonair in the Safari Zone. It's a low encounter, but it's doable. Yeah, Dratini apparently has the slowest EXP curve out of any Pokemon in this game. So, trading the Dratini over so they can get the boost is pretty nice. And I can also give it some levels here while we're at it as well. I think that will be worth it, just to kind of give it a head start. And then that can go into another playthrough. I should run some polls, actually, for, like, future names and other playthroughs. I know we said that we wanted to have one where we are Nanao. I think that could be pretty fun. I could do one named after the Disaster Day of Crisis characters. I don't know who's going to be my rival in Yellow. I haven't come up with that. The trainer in Yellow is just going to be named after me, but I don't know who my rival is going to be yet. Dragonair is wild in Yellow, yes. So that's why we're not going to bother with getting Dragonair right now. Because when we get to Yellow, we'll catch it there. And it's probably going to be worse than this. Because, yeah. The encounter rate for it is pretty darn low. Ah, yes, my grandson. 1% encounter rate. I'm about to look up how much it's going to cost me to just buy the Dratini at Celadon City. So I do have a lot of money, so it's possible that I have enough to just buy it. Let's see. How much to buy Dratini? It's kind of hard to like look up Pokemon strats sometimes nowadays because you keep getting stuff for Fire Red, Leaf Green, and not everything applies to both games. So it costs 2,400 coins. How much money are coins? I forgot what the trade rate for coins are. So 500 coins is 10,000. I might have just enough to do it, actually. Show enough! I'm glad you guys have watched that movie. Last Dragon's sick. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to... Damn it. My finger slipped. Good. Get out of here. We don't want to catch you. The Shogun of Harlem. Show enough! Show enough's the rival? Yeah. That movie's pretty good. I actually really like that movie. Yo, why is this Dratini being like this? Why is the Dratini harder to catch than Chansey? You saw what you did a 2-ball Chansey. I do like the name 2-ball Chansey. It is very funny. Because it's a Dratini, honestly. Pretty sure that's one of the harder ones to find in this game, yeah. I mean, in the worst case scenario, I do think I might actually have enough to buy it at the game center. And then maybe we could do some save scumming if we can't. And then try to win at the slots. That's what we'll do. If we can't catch it in the Safari Zone, then we'll try that. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Anthony. I could call him RR Anthony, but I'll just call him Anthony. RR's ants. I don't know if I can fit that. I don't think I can fit that. RR. I could do RR Anthony. Or I could do RR dash Anthony. I could do that. There we go. RR Anthony. Must send that to him. Good. Very good. So I think we're almost done with our stream. I'm trying to think what else I could do tonight. Well, we made a lot of progress. We're basically like kind of in a home stretch for this run. So the next time we stream this will probably be the end of this particular run. Yeah. We don't care. Bye. So the next stop is actually the power plant. We want to get Electabuzz. Kabuto. Ooh, we can get Ultra Balls. I heard somewhere that apparently Ultra Balls aren't much better than Great Balls. I'm gonna buy some anyways. Yeah, I gotta backtrack to get to the power plant. So what I should also do is go back to the Poké Center and then let's put Anthony in my team. So I need Ant to just get as much EXP as he can get. Although, if I level him up too much, then that might not be good either. But I can definitely give Anthony some good moves, so I'll think about what I want to do. You could probably put Hypno back. I don't think we'll need Hypno. We'll probably need Momo. Yeah. Other way, and then up. I'll try to at least make it almost at the power plant, and then we could probably call it there. Since we're just past midnight right now. And I don't mind going a little while longer since I did start kind of late. Seven, 83, 36, 84. All right, Tone, you get to have some protein. I don't think I need to fish any more Pokemon right now. No, I don't need to fish anything. So we're gonna put our rods back, give myself more room. I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do with the Dratini next stream. I keep doing that. I keep accidentally pressing A there. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna decide I want to do with the Dratini in terms of its moveset. And then I'm just trying to get to where the power plant is, and then we can call it a stream there. Oh, crap. I gotta go through the tunnel to do that. Yeah, we're not doing that. I guess it wouldn't be so bad if I used the repel. It probably wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably could have just gone through the cave. Wouldn't have been that bad. The power plant. Alright. So we're going to save and call it here for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. And yeah, we'll pick this game up again. I was tempted to play it tomorrow, but we'll see. I might instead just play a different game tomorrow. But we are almost done with this first run. I think the next time we stream Pokemon Red, we'll be done with this particular run. Because all we gotta do now is basically go through the power plants, make it to Cinnabar Island, and go to the Pokemon Mansion. And then revive the fossil, of course, and then that's the run. That's it. So we're almost there. And then I gotta do this same thing again 3 more times. Yep. Before we can get to the actual game, which is Pokemon Yellow. I might start Pokemon Yellow. I might start this file before we do all of the runs, because I will need to get some extra Pokemon to trade into it and all that fun stuff, but yeah. Unless I could just drop Pokemon in there with Pokemon Stadium. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe I could. I gotta look into that. Anyways, y'all, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you guys, appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys again next time. Take care and have a wonderful night.